Hi, I'm Tony. This is SV Tapatya, and we're building a cruising sailboat, a boat that's designed to be lived aboard and to travel, to cruise, perhaps the waters of wherever, the world perhaps, who knows. Anyhow, it's behind me. It's a Jay Benford designed 31-foot 8 sailing dory, schooner-rigged, 2 masts, and we're nearing completion. This will be the last winter of the build, I can confidently say. Certainly plan to launch next spring. And the last major item to be fitted is the rudder, which is what those of you who follow will be aware I've been working on for some time now. It's taken a while to get this rudder fitted, but a bit longer than I expected perhaps, but we're getting there, and this week I've made significant progress with that. Let's have a look at what we've done. We've got these 2 big chunks of bronze to make those lower bearings out of. Should be fun. See how it works. Turn them on the little lathe. That ought to be it. Perfect. There it is, the first one. Lovely. So what you're seeing here is the lower rudder bearing. So the rudder hangs on two hangers at the top, 2 bearings at the top, and this one at the bottom. And there'll be 2 parts of these that and this is the rubbing surface. This bronze pin will, when it's the right size, slide up through them. It'll lock into the upper one. The upper half will be in the rudder. It'll lock into that so that when the rudder turns, this rotates, and it'll rotate in the lower one as a bearing. So that'll be a bearing surface, and in there of the lower one will be bearing surfaces. That's the concept, and we're getting there. Now, on the mini lathe, that took a little while to turn down. Basically speaking, you can one rotation of the inward handle is 1 millimeter of moving the tool in. So one rotation cuts off 2 millimeters of diameter, and it takes about 5 or 6 goes. 5 or 6 cuts to get 1 rotation, so each 2 millimeters of diameter reduction take you 5 or 6 cuts. So it takes you a little while. I stood there, but it works. It turns bronze beautifully. You can see that, I'm sure. It's a really nice finish, and I haven't really particularly tried to get a good finish on it, but it's come up beautifully. Very nice indeed. Pleased with that. So the next job was to fit the upper rudder fitting, because the plan is that the upper fitting on the rudder will be actually fixed, and then the lower one on the back of the boat. So I fitted the one on the top of the rudder next, and then when I hang the rudder in place, I'll then fit the upper one on the back of the boat and the lower one onto the rudder, so that they support each other basically in the right position. So as I say, fit the one on the upper one on the rudder. Hold it all up in place, stop it moving. Bolt's a bit long, but I'll do it for now. So let's go through this one. Good. Well then, it was time for a bit of the old drill, fill, drill, which some of you may know I regard as a bit of a palaver, but maybe it has its place. And so you drill it out bigger, you fill it with epoxy, you then have to wait a day while the epoxy dries. And between times I turned up the second one of these bushes. Just knocked that out very quickly. And that a beauty. Let's give it a go. Beautiful. just temporary. Got to order the right bolts, but just want to try and make sure everything lines up, which it does. It's nice. And between times, also got in the boat, and as you may well know, I locked the Seacock in the sail drive leg, and with the intention of fitting a normal Seacock in the engine room, and took the opportunity to drill the hole for that. And it doesn't look very big, that hole, but it's actually the through hole of the through hull is actually bigger than the one on the original Volvo Penta sail drive through hull, so I'm sure it's big enough for the job. Got that drilled, sealed that out obviously with some epoxy, and Kerry and I then fitted the through hull. You see that? Perfect, as ever. Right, there it is. It's the Seacock. Very nice. Then finally could give it a bit of a quick polish up and fit the upper rudder fitting. Yay! Got in next. What's that next? What's that? 240. 320. 400 we got here. Thousand. Numbers. Some numbers on here somewhere. 1,500. Read this, right? 3,000. 3,000. That'd be okay. Good. Side. Hello.
You have a little ladder.
Yeah, in the garage. Just inside the door. If you open the double doors, legs against the door, I think. Forgot about those. And so did you. Yep. before I do that, yeah, like that. Something like that. That's about right. That's lovely, isn't it? That's beautiful. Right. Turns, beautifully. Why did I get sick of it all over that? And here we are at the bottom. Here's the bronze bush, of course, and needed to drill a hole up there, and that hole needed to be in line with the upper rudder bearing. So Kerry and I took a bit of care, got the line straight on that one, and there it is, fitted in, and just popped a bit of glass on the bottom there. It hadn't been glassed at bottom, so just glass it in. And when you give that a little tap with a wooden hammer, it sits up in there beautifully. It's come out well so far. Perhaps you could come up there and hold that on the middle of there, so that edge there is on the middle of that. I'm going to grab a pencil. Would you say parallel? Yeah. Down line, down there. Like that, I think. It's a little bit inaccurate if you've got, you're not right on there, but ain't far out. Just going to shift it out of the way for a minute. You keep holding it. And how does that look to you? What would you say? About right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is about right. That seems quite good. Hopefully with my starting point that is a bit. There's no doubt about that. Like that. Second coat on there. Hold that from moving one. Then that is pretty solid. That's the trigger as you're lining the drill up. You'll end up with broken fingers. Right, I'm good.
A little down. A little up.
Up.
Bit more up. Yeah.
Yeah?
A bit more up. Yeah.
There we go. A bit of beast when it gets. So far so good?
Yeah. Lower.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Not quite halfway. Fine, isn't it?
Kind of straightish.
Yeah, well, I don't mind if you've got a little bit of play. I'll stick some epoxy around it.
Yeah, yeah. That's good.
Give it a go. It might be enough.
Right there, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's lovely. No, well, it could have been more parallel than it is, maybe,
Okay.
but it's fine. Happy with that. And that is it for this week. Thank you to you for watching. A massive thank you to everybody who supports us on Patreon and via PayPal. We'll be back next week. Getting nearer to hanging that rudder. Maybe. You never know. See what the weather's doing, of course, that plays a role. If not, I should go in the boat. I've got a few things to do there. I've got a bit of work on the floorboards. That's one of the things to do. Also a little manifold for the distribution of the salt water. So one off to the engine, one off to the saltwater pump at the sinks there. A few little jobs to do. Anyhow, we'll see. Time will tell. See you next time.